All right, we are live with the PKFL Week 5 recap podcast. This week, I have the owner of the Juggernauts, Mike Schraub, with me. Mike, how are you?
Great. How's everyone doing out there?
I'm good. I think everyone's good. I hope they're good. We'll try to keep this one a little shorter than usual. The hour and 45 minutes Berto and I did was maybe a little ridiculous, but once you get talking, time goes by pretty quick. I'm going to jump right in. One reminder, if you haven't paid Josh, pay him with the PayPal. We'll get right into an interview.
Have Josh or you send a quick note to the guys that still owe. I mean, I think I paid, but maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because I thought I paid as soon as he sent that thing. I sent him a thing done because I went into PayPal. And then today he's like, I don't think I ever got it. And for some reason, it never went through. So I sent it to him again today.
Well, it's like anything else. It's like, you everyone's got the best intentions. It's not. I don't think anyone means to screw anyone. It's just, if you don't do it, then you just lose track.
I'm not sure exactly maybe what you did, but I'm only seeing the blue guy for you now. I'm not seeing your face anymore.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, it doesn't really matter to me. I just wanted to let you know that something changed, but not a big deal.
Let's see. Do you see me or no?
Nope. I see the blue guy. But I was seeing you when we first started. So anyway, it's not a big deal. You're still there, right? It's a little tough to tell now. All right, so let's go through. I just saw you for a split second. You're kind of frozen in place. Say something.
I'm here.
Yeah, it's not popping up, but I see I see a frozen image of you. There you go. Do something now. All right. Either way, it's working. All right, let's go into your draft. You had the 8th pick, and you ended up taking Winston. I wanted to question you on that just because I don't know. I assume you've listened to the other pods, but when we kind of went through the draft, I kind of questioned that move. And you already had 3 quarterbacks. You got Wilson, who's young and great. There was a lot of, in my mind, a lot of talent on the board. So what was the thinking there?
Well, it's just easier to handicap the quarterback. So that's really it. I mean, I don't know why I'm hearing myself. I'm going to turn this off. I'm hearing the echo from you, I think. That's strange. All right, probably not much I can do about it. All right. Anyway, my thought is that I just wanted to grab talent. It seemed like a lot of the top running backs were taken away, so I just took what I thought was the best talented player.
Okay, so you had him over Mariota. You still feel good about that?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean,
I honestly haven't looked at
the judgment yet, but
haven't looked at it since I made the
pick. And then in the 2nd round, you took D'Angelo Williams, and he really definitely helped you in rounds 1 and 2. But again, I just think you could have gotten him like 2 rounds later and gotten a young guy there because I don't think anyone was racing to get D'Angelo Williams. You needed him because you had Le'Veon Bell and you knew he was going to be suspended. But
right.
So I guess my point is I really would have wanted you to, and again, I'm not you, but I would have tried to, if it was me, I would have tried to get for that young, either running back, wide receiver, and try to grab lightning in a bottle and catch one of those guys and hope.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to take running backs. I feel like wide receivers are just flyers. Just pick guys up. It's tough to handicap from almost one week to the next, or next who's going to be hot, who's not. A lot of variables, and there's a lot of talent out there. So that just permeates with my thinking is just try to concentrate on starting running backs and try to not have the quarterback be a question mark.
All right. And then you took Rudolph. I mean, I like him on paper. He just doesn't ever live up to the hype. Are you pleased with him? Displeased? What's your thoughts on Rudolph?
My thoughts there were just, I have Antonio Gates. He was going to be out. He was out for the first 2 weeks, so I just needed someone to put in.
And then the rest of the draft, you took Janis. I think you've already dropped him, Cowboys, whatever. And then you got a kicker. And you have to get a kicker, I think, in every draft, right?
I think so, yeah.
So with that said, coming out of the draft, I mean, Josh and I had the preseason podcast. We both had you in the playoffs. Actually, I want to hit – Josh sent out an email. I don't know if it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And he wanted me to ask, and I kind of want to know from you as well. Whenever anyone's on, they're like, Berto and my team are like the cream of the crop, and then there's a lot of other teams. Are you a second-tier team, or do you feel you're up with Berto and I as far as going for the championship?
With Charles out now, the rest of the league it gives everyone hope. So that's a big thing for us right now.
Yeah, that definitely hurt. I definitely was glad.
Berto's team, they're awesome. I mean, Freeman's awesome, and Rodgers is awesome, and Jones is awesome. No doubt. But the rest of the team has not really lived up to their potential. Lacey has been disappointing. Bryant disappointing. Anderson, Morris. They're going to make the playoffs, and they may win the whole damn league. But they haven't really. They have from week to week they can lose.
Yeah, I agree. You kind of stole a question I was going to ask when we went over Berto's team, but that was great because I agree. He's got questions with Morris, C.J. Anderson. Lacey's not playing well. I don't know if he's hurt. He's definitely not as strong as he was last year, but Berto being deep, like you said, he has Freeman. Like all of a sudden he's got like one of the top guys in the league that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, his two flex players, Bernard and Matthews, they're totally hot and cold, but they're both solid. And most of the other teams would be very happy to have them as starters.
So after the draft, how did you feel? Like, what do you feel are your team's strengths, and what do you, if you have weaknesses, what are your?
Yeah, for me, it comes down to does Wilson and Bell stay healthy, and do they perform? If not, then forget about it and just count it in. Martin, Doug Martin, I was very encouraged this past week. And if he really lights it up like he should, then that's a big plus. And then I can make some noise.
Yeah, if he comes back to form and becomes like a top 10, top 15 running back with Bell. Bell is just unreal how good he is.
Yeah.
I believe I traded him to you a few years ago, which obviously I regret at this point.
Yeah, it worked out.
So yeah, but is that your weakness? Just those guys not doing well, or do you see any other areas that you want to improve?
Well, I'm not deep. My wide receivers are not great. My running back depth is questionable. Long term, I have holes. Bell is going to get hurt, whether it's this season or 2 years from now. Beyond him, my running backs are questionable.
I have to ask, if you brought up one of the other, how on earth do you still have Ray Rice on your roster?
That hasn't worked out, has it?
I'm actually a little annoyed being a Rutgers guy. Like, I want him to. Everybody does something wrong. He's apologized. Even his wife is forget. Like, I can't believe it. He's not in the league yet. Like, I kind of understand why you were doing it, but I think at this point, no one's going to sign it. He's like a pariah.
Right. That's it. Before the season started, it was like someone's got to grab him. He's just too talented not for someone to grab him. you think Dallas would take him. You think Buffalo would take him.
What about Kansas City?
Pick a team. Everyone, the running backs always get hurt. So, he's sitting there. They say he's healthy. They say he's been working out. I mean, why not take a flyer on him? But the thing is that, I don't think the general manager, no one wants to be that general manager or owner that has to deal with the media posting the video of him punching out his girlfriend or wife, whatever it was. So it's, I don't think anyone wants to deal with that. And the fact is, there's just so many talented players in the NFL that, I guess they just figure out what the hassle.
Yeah, I think if someone does have the courage to do it, though, he's going to pay dividends because he's going to come back with a chip on his shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, he's had time off. His body's probably in great shape. He hasn't been taking abuse. You don't forget how to hit the hole. I mean, I think he could be a steal if someone does it, but I kind of agree with you that they might not do it. And when it will happen. It will be the week after you drop him.
Right, and I keep that in mind too. I mean, you look at my roster. I mean, there's guys on my team that I can drop, but Ray Rice is definitely one of those guys.
All right, I wanted to ask you. Josh kind of did a great summary. 6 playoff teams right now. I want to list them off, and I want you to have opinions, at least on the 5 and 6. So it's me, Stiff Arm, you, and Berto are the top 4, and Josh and I both had all 4 of those teams making the playoffs, so I'm not surprised by any of those.
Okay.
In the wild card, it's the Nates and Mr. Minor right now, with a group of Satan, Sharks, and Rules that 2 are gonna come from basically those 5 teams.
Yeah, I see Mr. Minor in there. What did he say about himself, about the Sharks?
He didn't. I don't think he had himself. I'm not sure he had himself in the playoffs last year.
I think he's going to be a playoff. He's going to be close there. He's going to be a playoff borderline team. I think him and Rick Satan will be right there on the edge. I think they're going to sneak in on the playoffs.
So you have both of those teams passing the Nates, because I was going to go into them later too, but I see them as very dangerous. I'm looking at their roster. A lot of talent there. They're already 3-2. They already have a game lead. I could see them making the playoffs too.
They're lucky to be 3-2.
Okay, that's fair.
Cam Newton is good. Hopkins is really good, and Eifert. I think you mentioned in last week's podcast. I mean, he's been lightning in the bottle there, but the rest of their squad isn't scaring anyone.
I don't know. I disagree. I think we'll go into it when we go on his team. All right, so you're kind of on the same page with us. I want to talk about a trade went through yesterday. JR traded Palmer to the Sharks for Nelson Aguilar. In my opinion, I think Josh did a good job selling high.
Yeah.
Aguilar had some preseason hype. He's a rookie. He's done absolutely nothing. So it's all on the hype that JR is buying into. With that said, I think it's a win-win for both teams. I don't think JR needed Carson Palmer anyway, so he's taking a flyer on a high upside receiver, and Josh got an upgrade at QB. So I think it's a win-win for both teams. What do you think?
Yeah. It's a good thing for Josh, especially the team is looking bright right now. Foster is back, and the team is playing well. Palmer has been playing out of his mind right now. And Brandon Marshall, is solid.
I mean, the only thing I could say is I would have tried to get more. I'm not sure Josh has more to offer, but I guess Aguilar does have good upside. So again, I think it's a fine trade. I think it helps both teams a little bit. So I don't really have much else to say on it.
Yeah, I mean, trades are just tough to get the guys together. You know how it is. I mean, how long did it take you to dislodge McCoy from me? It's
6 months.
I think it was more like 2 years. But it's just not easy. Guys, someone approaches me with a trade. I don't have time in the middle of the day to look at this stuff. So, or if I'm trying to swing a trade with someone else. You just wish you could do it instantly and get instant feedback, but it hardly ever happens that way. There's got to be a need on both teams.
Yeah, that's why I'm pushing hard for summits and getting together for the draft, because I agree with you that trades are tough, and in person it's a lot easier. You could have that like back and forth and see where the other person stands, and usually you could usually make a trade happen, but via email.
If you two guys on the phone together and you're each looking at each other's roster, then you can get a trade done quickly. Or to your point, over a couple beers.
Yep.
But the thing is, it's not like we're like 22 anymore and we have like infinite time to be on CBS Sports Line all day long. At least I don't. I wish I had more time.
Speak for yourself.
I gotta get one of Unilever jobs, maybe.
So waiver wire was pretty bare this week. Were a few moves. JR picked up Jamison Crowder, which actually I think is a pretty decent pickup. He seems to have a nice connection with why am I blanking on the quarterback's name from Washington?
Quarterback.
Drawing a blank, but he seems to have a connection with him. Seems to be he's getting like 10 targets a game. I think he's had 6, 7, and 8 catches the last 3 weeks. So I think that's a nice flex pickup. The Sharks picked up Cecil Shorts. Stiff arm picked up Bilal Powell, which actually isn't a bad move. If Ivory goes down, Powell will probably be the Jets running back.
Yeah.
I picked up, and then there were a few free agent moves. I took the Vikings because I hate Detroit defense. Mohamed Sanu got picked up. Wasn't
whatever.
We could talk about the Pieces mistake. What was your opinion on that?
I saw a couple of emails about it. I didn't really look at it except for the comment that I screwed up a few times, which yes, I have. So
I didn't even make the comment this time, so you can't.
I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I didn't have an issue with it. I know he didn't want to drop Allen because he has Forsett. Allen's the backup, so I was actually surprised when I saw him drop. So it made complete sense to me that it was a mistake. So I do have to make fun of him for it, as I said. All right, so like I said, not many moves there. There's really nobody out there on the waiver wire. I mean, someone's going to have to come out of nowhere, I think.
With 12 teams and so many rosters positions we have in this league, it's very tight. I mean, technically, that should encourage people to make more trades or at least look for more trades. But as we mentioned, it's just tough to get guys together.
All right, let's get into the games. Game 1 to review here is Satan against the Sharks. It was the closest game of the week. Came down to Monday Night Football. Sharks had like a 2-point lead going in, and Rick and the Satan had Antonio Brown, and he got just enough. I think he only got like 6 points, but he got the win 112-109. They're both 2-3, which kind of surprising as we just talked about, thinking of them as possible playoff teams. They're already at 2-3, so it just shows the evenness of our league so far.
Yeah. Satan lucky to get the win here. Spiller has didn't do anything for him. Breeze has been very hot and cold and just banged up. So Rick will need a healthy Breeze in the second half of the season to make the playoffs. But I think he'll get it. Antonio Brown is insane. He only got 4.5 points this past week. And I think what kind of saves Rick Bacon is the tight end position with Barnridge. Kind of lightning a bottle right there. He's got to be happy with that.
Yeah, he's looked good. He scored 22 points. He seems to be getting a lot of targets there, so that might be a nice little waiver wire pickup by Satan.
Yeah, definitely.
Breeze had a decent game. And Satan's got to be happy. They got the win. He had Stewart and Olsen both on a bye. And those are definitely every week starters for him. So to get the win with those guys on a bye is pretty good for them.
Yeah.
Also got Ellington back. So
he's disappointing. I have him in another league, and I just at this point I pretty much I've almost written him off. I just don't see the running back position out there really doing a heck of a lot. I mean, for my own sake and another league, I hope Ellington comes back, but that's just a tough one. Without him there, you got a couple of other guys in the backfield that are taking a lot of carries.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a number of times. The running back depth in a few teams, Satan being one of them. I mean, he's got Stewart, he's got CJ2K and Ellington. Like, they're both not going to get carries for the rest of the season. Spiller stinks, in my opinion.
Agreed.
At 2 and 3, I really think Rick needs to try to figure out a way to get. He's got to get another running back or make a miraculous pull off the waiver wire. But otherwise,
I still consider him like a playoff contender. I have him in the 6th slot, but he needs Breeze to be healthy. He needs Brown to be healthy. Needs to get something out of his running backs to be, to make something of it.
Yeah, I agree. And on the Sharks side, I mean, was the tough luck loser with losing with 109 points.
Yeah, but I think you can't feel bad about this loss. Well, I don't know, but Flacco, 25 points. You got to feel good about that. The fact that it seems like Foster's on the way back, it's being healthy again, so he should be a consistent performer for his team. Jones at wide receiver should be good.
Yeah, so I have 2 questions for the Sharks. I'd like to hear your opinion. I mean, they just traded for Palmer. I mean, going into the season, I think everyone considered Stafford a QB1.
Yeah.
Is he anymore? Is that like I don't know if he is.
It's not sure.
Yeah, I don't know if we redraft today. I don't like in a redraft league. I don't know if he goes in the top 12 quarterbacks, which is surprising to me.
The past 2 weeks, he scored 8 points each week.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done.
Week 2, he had 20 points. I mean, it just hasn't lit it up.
The other question.
Flacco's been good.
Well, now he just picked up Palmer, so I don't know what he's going to do. The big question for me, though, is still Jimmy Graham. I mean, this guy was dominant, and now he's barely doing anything. Like, Seattle doesn't know how to get him the ball. I don't understand what's going on there. But
agreed. I have him in another league. It's been very disappointing. I thought he was going to just light it up out there with Wilson. And, nothing.
I mean, he's like, I think I'd rather have 10 other guys before him, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And you got to play him because you keep waiting for him to be what he's supposed to be, but it just doesn't happen.
But that's a problem for me, that you got to play a guy that you don't even you expect a lot from, and you're not getting a lot. So I mean, it's a little tough.
He's got to play him. He's got to stick with him. That's all there is to it.
I mean, I don't think I would trade Barnage for Jimmy Graham straight up. Like,
not right now.
I don't think I would do it.
No.
Which I'm just saying how crazy that is. Like,
agreed.
Barnage just got picked up off the waiver wire.
Yeah.
All right. Some other concerns for the Sharks, actually. I heard the Cowboys are going to start Christine Michael over Randall, so that can't be good for Josh. And Hillman's also banged up, so suddenly his running back core could be a little thin. On the bright side, though, Sims has looked really good. The guy out there with Doug Martin, his backup.
Yeah,
he's getting like 12, 15 touches a game and doing a lot.
I know, that sucks.
No, but I think we brought it up. There was only like 4 guys that get every carry. Like, almost every team has 2 running backs. It's usually one guy gets 20 touches and the other guy gets 10.
Yeah.
So you have on Tampa, you have the guy that's getting the 20, so that's good.
Well, if Josh is listening to this, I mean, there might be a trade there, potential, with Sims and Martin. Maybe we can work something out, Josh.
Oh, there you go. I like it. All right, that's all I really had on that game. Did you have any other
no
call-outs? All right, second game. Let's Jazz Hall versus the Pieces. Battle of the Cellar Dwellers, I'm calling it. And actually, the Pieces blew out Jazz Hall 131-92 to get their first win of the season. Jazz Hall dropped to 1-4.
Yeah.
I mean, Pieces. Looking at the game here, Josh kind of pointed out like maybe they're a sleeper. I don't see it. I think this is going to be their best week of the season. I think everything came together well.
Yeah, opposite. Yeah. Dalton's playing out of his mind. Backup quarterback, Josh McNown's playing out of his. Well, yeah.
Yeah, he just got McCown in the waiver.
Just picked him up, right?
Right. That's a decent backup, but I mean, I wouldn't want to start him. Let's put it that way.
No, but between Dalton and McCown, I mean, they're both playing very well.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing what Josh was trying to sell in his email yesterday. So I think this was a great week. I'm happy for the Pieces. I'm glad they got their first win, but I don't see this team getting more than 3 wins on the season, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and Forsake and 25 points, that's got to be an aberration.
And with that said, I'm playing them this week, so I'm sure I just jinxed myself, and they'll probably kick the shit out of me. So,
well, we can only hope.
And on the Jazz Hall side, Bortles, another good game. He's starting to live up to the hype, 31 points. He got 30 from Dion Lewis and Hyde combined. The problem is the rest of his team, the other 7 guys, put up 31 points, including a goose egg from Jordan Reed.
Yeah, I mean, to say that Jazz Hole is built for the future, that's about all you could say.
Yeah, I love the talent on this team. I think he's set up for next year. Right? If he has another, maybe gets a miraculous waiver pick, pulls off a trade, or just has a good draft next year, I think he's set up well. I mean, Mike Evans I don't know why he's not playing well. Jordan Matthews hasn't really taken off.
Yeah.
All these guys have a lot of talent, and they're expected to do a lot. So I could see them having a good 2016 season.
Yes, I mean, Bortles is good. Who knows if a Jacksonville quarterback can really anchor a team? But Carlos,
they have enough talent that they could knock somebody off one week that isn't expecting it and hurt their chances for the playoff. They could definitely do that if everything comes together.
Yep.
Anything else on that game?
Nope.
All right, next game, Stash versus Lamaka. What are you thinking of that name, by the way? Lamaka.
It just rhymes with Yamaka. That's
it. Well, that's why I wanted to get your opinion. Did you have any? Or?
They're always giving the Yamakas for me.
Yeah, I know. I can't take the S off. Stash got a little lucky from the scheduling gods because they won with 88 points.
Yeah.
Definitely the lucky winner of the week. They're 3-2. Lamaka also dropped to 1-4. They're in that bottom group. We talked about it earlier.
Only 8 points for the Yamakas.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. Yeah, we can jump in. I mean, what is his deal? Like, that team is scoring a lot of points. He never scores touchdowns.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. You think that they would be a consistent performer with the talent there.
And to be honest with you, I have it when my notes here. I mean, he made 2 what I consider coaching decisions that, like, if he started Eli over Ryan, he would have had an extra 23 points. And if he started Andre Johnson over Harvin, he would have had another 20. So he could have blown Berto out with those 2 moves.
Yeah, but you're not starting Eli over Ryan.
Why?
I don't know.
I think Eli's outscored him all year. Like, I think it's name recognition. I think you got to look at the numbers.
Well, Eli's certainly been more consistent. As I look at the score here, he's put up, like you mentioned, he put up 32 points this past week, and he put up 19 points just about every other week except week 1.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a no-brainer, but I don't think it was out of the question for him to start Eli and Andre Johnson this week over those two guys.
Well, I suppose he thought about it, but I still probably start running. Odell Beckham has been solid for him.
Yeah.
So, anyway, tough loss.
Yeah. I mean, this team is another team like Satan that I have to question their running backs. I mean, I know Carlos Williams was on bye, but Yeldon, Sankey, Crowell, and Dixon.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just awful.
There's nothing there.
Back up to the stash. Freeman, I mean, he's just been amazing. He's been the team MVP so far. I think Burrow's 1-4 without him.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Do you think he's for real, or what's your opinion on Freeman?
How could he not be? I mean, he's been insane. He's putting up insane points. You know,
I mean, the only thing is that Coleman.
The other thing, you got Julio Jones. You know, he's got Burrow's got Jones and Freeman. I mean, they're going to put up insane points. I mean, you know, well, you can make the argument, well, they could be hot and cold from week to week, but they're both very talented. And so long as Matt Ryan stays healthy, it's fair to say that those two receivers will put up points each week. He's got to feel good about it.
I mean, Burrow's got to be. I mean, he actually beat the record of who was it in that earlier game? Jess Hall. He had 7 players score 29 combined points. I mean, that's hard to do.
Pretty good.
And we talked about it. I was going to ask you about how concerned he should be because he's got Morris, C.J. Anderson, Terrence Williams, and Lacey, who are all underperforming, to say the least. So he's definitely got more. He's got more question marks than I think he's had at any point this deep into a season.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Burrow is a lock for the playoffs, but from week to week, as we see, it may not happen for him.
Yeah, I agree. He's definitely he's definitely got to hope that some of these guys turn around quick.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to game 4. Nate's versus JR Rules. Nate's another good week, 126 points, and crushed JR Rules by 37. Nate's are now 3-2, as we said earlier, and JR Rules dropped to 2-3. I mentioned last week how I thought this team is dangerous, and it held true this week. He had Newton on a bye and put Bradford in. He scored 22 points.
Yeah.
Hopkins, as you said, he's a definite number 1 receiver. Gurley has looked unbelievable. It probably could be rookie of the year if he keeps this up. His 2 main concerns for me when I look at his team, he needs Jeremy Hill and Latavius Murray to be what we expect if he wants to be a playoff team, like what they were drafted as in any other league, right?
Yeah, I mean, he did it with Sam Bradford this past week. I like Cam Newton as well. You know, like you said, I mean, Hopkins is strong. Yeah, they have a lot of potential. But, you know, they're 3-2. They're probably about where they.
Yeah, I'm going to keep a close eye on how those running backs do and see how it affects the Nate's win-loss record. On JR side, nice game from Rivers. He got 23. John Brown finally scored a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is another one of those teams with running back issues. Abdullah has looked like shit, hasn't done anything since the preseason. Jennings continues to lose carries. McFadden is McFadden, and I expect him to get hurt any day now. I think he's got Chris Thompson. He's a third down back. He's been all right, but is he really even a flex player? I'm not sure.
I don't like his
look at their roster. Take a look at their bench. I mean, if you look at their bench this week, their 8 non-QB bench players scored 10 points, and they weren't on bye. I mean,
the team
that's
sucks.
not good.
The team sucks. They're lucky to have 2 wins. Sorry.
Fair enough. Tell it. Don't hold any punches. I love it. All right. Next game is actually your game. 2 3-1 teams going in there. And you put up the high score of the week, and you crushed Stiff Arm by 51 points.
Woo!
Feel pretty good about that, or what?
I do feel good about it, yes. I feel really good about, as I mentioned, Doug Martin coming back into any semblance of form. I mean, he was – I could have just dropped him. I mean, really, he sucked that bad. So, you know, he did well. I got a high score of the week with Russell Wilson only putting up 14 points for me. Getting nothing from Vincent Jackson. I feel really good about Antonio Gates putting his first week back, putting up 21 points.
Yeah, well, welcome back.
Yes. So yeah, I very happy with that. You know, so as I mentioned, Bell stays healthy, I'll be okay. Martin stays healthy, I'll be okay. Wilson, I need those 3 players to be good.
Yeah, I think you're set up really well for the playoffs. Like I said, in my mind, I want to make sure I stay ahead of you so I get one of the buys. But I
praise you right now.
I won't even give you a bag of balls for Ray Rice. Come on. But yeah, I think you safely are going to make the playoffs. I think for you, you just need to position yourself so you don't face me in the second round of the playoffs. On the Stiff Arm side, Tyrod Taylor had another good game. Got 22. He's looked pretty damn good all season.
Yeah, yes.
I don't even remember. Where the hell did this guy play college? Do you know?
I don't know. It's like these guys come out of everywhere. I have no idea.
Yeah. DeMarco Murray finally had a good game. Get 18. Willie Snead, who got off the waiver wire, looks like the #1 target for Drew Brees. So that can't be a bad thing.
Yeah. The other wide receivers there, who a couple of other guys, the other wide receivers in New Orleans. But they haven't.
Well, he's got Cobb. He hasn't looked healthy, and he's not putting up good numbers the last 2 weeks. I don't know if he's still hurt or what his deal is. He still has a lot of faith in Jason Witten, I see. He's always in his tight end position, and he hasn't scored above 6 since week 1. So I'm not sure he should be an every week starter, to be honest with you.
Well, tight ends are just a tough position to fill.
I did notice he had Shane Vereen on the bench, and I think he's a much better flex option than having Witten in your tight end. I'd rather put Clay in my tight end and put Witten or Vereen in my flex.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm helping Stiff Arm, but
well, Vereen had a nice week this past week, 17 points. You know, no one knows if that'll really continue or not.
All right. Last game, game 6. Mr. Miner against my Maulers. And Miner, he had a 20-point lead going into Monday Night Football, and I had 2 guys left. I texted him before the game saying I'm not too confident about it. And I only got 13 out of Keenan Allen and Woodhead. Did you happen to watch any of that game?
No, I did not.
Oh. Because it was really weird. I actually had it off, and I got an alert on my phone that Keenan Allen scored a touchdown. I'm like, oh, that seals it for me.
Yeah.
And then like 10 minutes later, I went in to check my score, and I'm like, why am I still down? And I don't know whatever happened. I don't know if a penalty happened and they called that back or what happened, but that was disappointing.
Unless you got screwed.
So obviously my first loss of the year never feels good. Mr. Miner improves to 3-2. Congrats, Greg. Let's look at his team. I mean, Alan Hearns has looked pretty good the last few weeks.
Yeah.
It's a nice surprise. Gore finally had a good game.
So was Hearns a waiver pickup or what?
I believe so. I'd have to go back.
Probably. I picked him off of waivers in another league.
I believe he was. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, he was like a flash in the pan last season, and this season, you know, It's early in the season, so maybe he actually may put together a good season.
Yeah, I mean, Minor has to feel pretty good. I mean, they won. They got not even great weeks from Demarius Thomas and AJ Green, and they still won.
Yeah,
he got like no points.
Quarterback.
What was that?
Only 11 points from the quarterback position.
Yeah, and he got less than a point from Coleman, who barely played, and he still beat me. So, speaking of Coleman, though, do you think that I was trying to bring that up with Freeman? I think that's going to bring Freeman down to earth once Coleman starts getting back healthy and getting more touches.
Yeah.
So that's why I told Berto he should be selling high on Freeman. So I wonder how many offers he sent out to people.
Yeah, I mean the luck injury hurts Moran, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't having the best season, to be honest with you, even before the injury.
No.
Which I don't know. Was he hurt and playing through something? Maybe that was causing it. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I mean, before I got on the call, I read it looks like he may be back this season, this week rather, but he's still banged up. And by the way, Carr is on bye, so he needs to make a move.
Well,
if Luck is out.
Yeah, I assume but you are correct. If Luck is out, he does need to pick up a quarterback. On my side, good games from Brady and Forte. Allen Robinson looked great, but then not anything else. Obviously, my biggest issue is the Charles injury. I mean, obviously, you can't replace Jamal Charles. I am glad I picked up whatever his name is, Sharkandrick West, last week, so I didn't have to worry about the waiver wire this week.
Yeah, so what happened there? So you just happened to pick him up just having a blue, just on a hunch, or what?
Well, no, I watched. I have the red zone, so I was watching some of that game, and I noticed that Nile Davis isn't getting any carry. He wasn't the backup, so I'm like, I need to have the backup. So I'm like, let me just grab him and put him on my bench.
Well, that worked out.
It completely. If I wasn't watching that game and seeing that, I wouldn't have known. But I saw he was getting all the touches, and Nile Davis was nowhere to be found. So I'm like, I better pick him up, and thank God I did.
Yep, thank God.
You don't sound like you mean that. All right,
what's the deal with McCoy? Is he coming back or what?
Yeah, I don't know. He's been upgraded to questionable, but I don't think he's coming back for a few weeks. I'd rather him not come back and come back fully healthy. But, I mean, I don't have Charles. I don't have McCoy. So this is definitely the time you want to start playing me, I guess, these next few weeks. That's probably why I shouldn't have said anything against the pieces, because they'll probably kick my ass this week.
Well, another big bright spot for you has to be Tom Brady. I mean, you couldn't necessarily have felt good about going into the season with him as your quarterback. I mean, you knew he was going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder with the whole Deflategate thing, but he's been absolutely solid for you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my thought process was I'm praying that I go 2-2 with him out the first 4 games. So, I mean, and that was hoping. I didn't even know if I would be able to do that. So, I mean, I'm only 3-1. I'm not even that much better than it, but he's playing real well. I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Brady Gronk combo is nice to have.
Yes.
And they had their bye? I don't even know. Yeah, they had their bye already.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
So, I mean, I have that behind me, so that's good.
Right. And I heard last week you were down on Kaepernick, and I saw you. But this week you put up a good number for if you happen to be playing it in another league or who's your backup. I think you can feel pretty good about Kaepernick as your backup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind having him as my backup. I wouldn't want to start him every week, but I mean. Yeah, I don't need the best backup in the world.
No, you're starting Brady. That's for sure.
All right, let's get into our Week 6 preview and picks. I haven't given an update, but year to date, I'm currently 13-11 in my picks, which isn't that great. It was 4-2 last week. First game, Mr. Minor against JR Rules. I'm taking Mr. Minor by 10. I need your pick.
Okay. I'm taking Mr. Minor by 10. You're taking by 10? Jeez. All right. I'll stick with that.
You like that too?
Yes, I like that too.
All right. Next game, Stiff Arm versus Lamaka. I have Stiff Arm by 15.
Stiff Arm. I got the Yarmulkes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think I'm going to see Ryan's going to come back in the Matt Ryan's come back in the form. Andre Johnson put up some good numbers last week. I think he's going to do okay. No, that's it.
Stash versus the Sharks. I got the Stash by 12. I like their matchups this week, and I just think their overall talent is going to be able to hold down the Sharks.
Yeah, I got the Stash as well. Burlow just has got too many weapons.
Next game, Satan against your Jugs. I got the Jugs by 5. Closer probably than you want it to be.
Yeah. I'm taking myself, but
you don't sound too confident about it.
No, not at all. I need Wilson to be Wilson. You know, if my players perform, I'll do okay. He could probably say the same thing, though.
Next game, Nate's versus Jass Hall. I'm actually going to take the upset, Jass Hall by 6.
I'll take the Nates.
Going with chalk. And then the last game is Pieces versus Maulers. I'm taking myself.
I'm taking Pieces.
All right. I knew you were going to do that. All right. So we only agreed on 1, 2, 3. We only agreed on 3 of the 6. All right.
I think everyone's rooting for Pieces this week.
Well, I think everyone roots against me every week, so I wouldn't be surprised.
This is true, but you know, like I said, with Toronto's out, the rest of the league has hope.
Watch, you'll see. Shirkandrick West is going to lead the league in points this week. All right. We actually kept that nice and tidy. I think that was like 45 minutes.
Beautiful. I think everyone will be
right, well, thanks so much for joining, and we'll see everybody next week.
Yeah, so everyone's getting together on Sunday, I understand, yes?
Oh, yes. We are, anyone interested, we are meeting in Hoboken to watch the game. So please come join us. I think we're going to Wicked Wolf. There's a group of like 6, 7 of us. Are you making it, or?
I'm going, yeah.
All right.
I might be crashing on your couch, but I'm going.
Well, I don't live in Hoboken anymore, so.
Jersey City.
I don't live in Jersey City anymore.
Where are you?
I bought a house.
I guess I knew that. Where are you?
I'm in Westwood.
Okay. So when's the barbecue?
Well, we kind of missed barbecue season. Hey, actually, I wanted to bust your chops. What happened to golf stick poker golf at your place? Or
oh yeah, you must have. Yeah, we need to get that going. I don't know when. But.
Get it going. Are there any golf courses even? It's October 14th.
Let's line it up for April.
Yeah. All right.
Well, people's calendars then.
Thanks for coming on, and I will see you on Sunday.
Looking forward to it. Take care, guys.
Take it easy, everyone.
Later. Good luck.